Alrighty, hey gang, welcome back. So today we're going to take a look at Fusion360 and how to create box panels and joints and get those ready to cut on your Maslow. So as you guys know, I'm a beginner, so I'm probably doing a lot of this wrong and doing it the slow way, but it's where I'm at so far, and at least I can pull you guys up to get along here beside me, and then hopefully you guys can show me how to go faster from here. So I'm going to try and move real slow so you can watch every time I watch these things. Seems like the person on the screen is clicking really quickly. I feel like I'm a really slow user, but I was watching myself go the other night and it was already kind of confusing. So I'll try and move real slow. I tend to talk fast. I'll try and slow down. Hopefully you're somewhat familiar with Fusion360, at least the browser tree over here, the way you move your views around, the player down here. I don't even know the name of these, you guys. I'm such a rookie. So in terms of moving around, if you have a scroll wheel mouse, you can push down your scroll wheel and you can move around the canvas there. That's a really handy one. It took me a while to figure out, and then scrolling not obvious, but just wanted to point that out real quick so you can drag your work around by pushing down on the scroll wheel. Okay, so here we go. We're in an unsafe project. This is brand new. How it opens when you start. I just like to start by going ahead and saving it with a name. It seems like everything just kind of goes better from there. So we'll just call this Maslow box tutorial. How about that? Okay, so we got nothing going on here. Starting from scratch. There's a couple ways to go about this. You can start just by making a new component that is your first panel. I think I've done it a few different ways. I'm not sure what the right workflow is, but I've been starting with a sketch and then creating a body and a body, creating a component from that body. So I'm going to work from there. So one thing that we want to start with, it's really easy if we keep our Z, in my opinion, I like it just pointed towards me, because then when I get to cam stage, that's how its contours are going to look, like that. So I make it so front Z is pointing towards me, X and Y are just as you would picture, horizontal and vertical. And that's how it defaults. So here we go. We're going to start and make a box. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go up here and we're going to go 2-point rectangle. So if you go into the sketch here, you can go rectangle 2-point, or you can just click on that icon. Either way. And you know, before I start, we should talk about preferences, I suppose. Or parameters, rather. If you go to modify here and you go down here to change parameters, you can start your whole project with parameters. You click here, user parameters with a plus, and you could say, here's the one that's the most handy, and I haven't been doing this, but it's probably the right way to do it. Thickness is a great example. Unit is in inches, and in this case, let's say we're going to go with 1/2 inch thickness for our stock. Now, why that matters is because obviously that's going to change how long the tabs are. So in the case of something we're planning to do joints like this, where things can change, if we wanted to go cut this on a 3/4 inch material later, that would change the outline of our contours. So it's a good idea to use these parameters, and you can keep going. You know, you can go height, width, for overall, anything you want. But I'm just going to leave it at thickness for there, because I tend to not use that too much since I'm designing on the fly. I don't really know my parameters right out of the gate, but it's important to know that that's there. So with that said, we'll go back to 2-point rectangle. I think I'm going fast again, so I'll try to slow down for you guys. So 2-point rectangle. Sketch, 2-point rectangle. We're in Maslow box tutorial. This little dot here indicates that this is the active component. It's not actually a component, it's the project, but that's okay. So 2-point rectangle, we're going to go here. They're going to ask us to choose the plane, and this gets confusing. If you click in the wrong spot, it'll spin everything around. So you want to just kind of select this face so that it's still going to remain oriented the way we want it, which is looking at the front. And then I'm just going to start with the first corner right in the origin. You place one corner and your next corner, and it doesn't matter how big you are, because what's going to happen here now is, now that I've done that, if I get out of there now, then Oops, I'm sorry, I didn't do that wrong. I'm going to do that one more time. Try it again. Okay, so first corner. Next corner, I'm going to single click there. Oh wait, I didn't want to do that. That's what I'm doing wrong. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm going to control Z. Okay. One more time. See? I'm a rookie. Okay, so what I'm actually looking for is the blue. I can't move my cursor to show you because it drags the thing, but you don't click. You just leave this floating around, and then you'll notice that highlighted in blue there is the vertical axis. So what I like to do is just drag that out, leave it, don't click, apparently. And then what we'll do is we'll enter our box size. So let's say we're going to make a box that's about as big as a piece of paper or something. So it's going to be 11 high. Okay, and then you can just go, we can't see that anymore. Let me scroll out so we can see it. And of course now it's all going haywire. Start again. So 11. Okay, now I can go tab, and it's down there, and we'll go 8. Okay, so when I tabbed out of the 11 over there, it locked it. Now the 8 is down there. If I tab out of there, it'll lock that. Now if I move my cursor, things don't. Oh, yes they do. Okay, so we're just going to leave it alone. Alrighty. Now I can push enter though, and it'll be the size I want. Okay, that wasn't too hard. Took me a little while to figure it out. So right from there, I will typically extrude that, meaning right now it's just two-dimensional, but I'll bring it in 3D, and I'm just going to push E. And you can also go up here to create, and the first one is extrude, or this box also means extrude. So I'm going to go E for extrude, and then over here is your little menu here, so it says select, so we're going to extrude this profile. Again, we get, without another click, we get the blue in the depth, so we're going to go 0.5, half an inch, right? But in this case, I can type in thickness, user parameter, and see there it is, right there. And that's it. So I'm okay with that. We can take a look at it from the side and make sure that we got it. We did. Okay, so there's our first part. So now that piece, when we click here, you'll see this is underlined over here. Okay, that means that's what we're looking at. So if we expand this part of the tree, we can see that this is body 1. Okay, so now from there, I think I'll take that and I'm going to create a component from body. And I'm going to name that component just so I know what I'm dealing with. Front. And there we go. So there's my first box panel. So now it's actually probably going to be the back because I'm going to draw on it from here and bring it this way. So we'll call it the back. Alright. So the next step, it's not activated. You'll notice here this doesn't have a dot in it. And I'm going to keep it that way. I'm going to keep working in the main thing because I'm going to draw the next component now. So there's a couple ways to do this. And I still haven't figured out the best one since I'm paused. But I think what I'll do is I'm going to go 2-point rectangle. Now it's going to ask me what plane. And if I select that body, it will mate it to that plane. So that's what we want to do. So now that I've done that, I can choose this corner. And I'm just going to go down, and I learned I don't need to click here, so I'm just going to float it on that line. Now the width up there that's highlighted in blue, I want that to be my thickness. So I'm going to do that. Oops. I didn't do that right. I'm trying to do that again. Oh, I can leave that there and do that again. I don't know how you do that, guys. I don't know how you... Oh, there we go. Thickness, enter. Tab. Thickness, enter, tab. So that will select the auto selection. And then the height, Well, my height is 11 inches. I know that. And now I'm going to enter. And now I'm going to extrude. And I'm going to select that guy. And I'm going to extrude him. He's coming towards me now, so I'm going to go 8 inches. So it's going to be an 11 by 8 box. And I'm going to rotate and make sure that I got it. And there it is. And is it made it in the right spot? And I like how it is. Yeah, you can see that seam back there, I think. So I'm going to think that's okay. So now I was looking at it at 90 degrees. There we got 2 pieces. Just like we're supposed to. Okay, so before I do anything else, I'm going to take that piece, and it's going to be, apparently it's created as a body within the back. Regardless of the fact that I was building it up there. But that's okay. Got it selected here. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go create components from bodies. And now it's component 2. I'm going to need a side. And just so it doesn't exist within the back, you can grab them here and move them in the tree, and I'm going to put it in the overall project. You can see it just moved over. Okay? So, now we have a back and a side. And now we're going to create our joints. So in this case, the way I joined them is that the side maybe I did it wrong, guys. Well, let's take a look. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to activate the side and isolate it. Right click isolate. Yeah, we got the whole thing for some reason. So that's not what we want. So I did that wrong. Probably because of the way I joined the face when it was on the back and extruded. Well, that's okay. That'll give us a chance to do something else that I learned how to do. Okay, so we can split these. So we're going to split body. Body to split, one selected. Splitting tool, one selected. Let's see what they chose. They chose that face. That's exactly what we want. Okay. So now we have 2 bodies. Back one, and within there we go. Alright. Well, I don't know what I did, guys, but I'm going to redo it. So I'm going to take this body one, and I'm going to create a component from that body. I'm going to move that up to there. I'm going to select it and make sure it's what I want. And it is. So I'm going to name that. I'm going to leave it for now. Body 2. Create component from body. Now it's component 4. Put that in there. Okay, now let's see. I should be able to remove side 1. You don't want to delete them because they'll mess up your timeline. But if you remove them, then they go away. And now we got the pieces we want, selecting how we want. Okay, well, sorry about that, but I guess we learned something. I was going to just stop and start over, but I think that's probably useful. So if I had drawn that sketch that I extruded here, when I made that joint, what I did was I extruded from this, and it pulled the whole thing out and made it one piece, which is good, because sometimes I need to do that too. But in this case, we want 2 panels. Okay, back to where we were hoping we were. So, what I wanted to do was take a look at this and say, well, this one needs to extend into this one. So if I'm going to make tabs that are a joint, I'm going to work on this smaller one here, which is the side. Okay? So I'm going to activate the side, and I'm going to isolate the side. And then I'm going to take a look at it from here, and we are going to just quickly use that 2-point rectangle again, and we're going to select the face. We want to just select our guy we're drawing on. Now in this case, when I made a mistake last time by selecting that face and it joined it to them when I extruded, that's exactly what we want here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put a first corner on the line there. We're going to go like this and just leave it, no buttons. And then it is at 1/2 inch, but I want to put thickness. So we go thickness, enter, tab. Now, I'm just going to leave this as however long it is right now. And I'm going to click. And I'm going to do that again while I have this command. And I'm going to say that I want 3 of these. Thick, enter, tab, enter. Lost my rectangle control, so we'll do it one more time. And thickness, enter, tab, enter. Okay, so those are all different sizes. That's probably kind of hard to see, but they're all different sizes. But the reason I do that is because then I'm going to go and I'm going to use this sketch dimension function. And what I like to do is, depending on how many tabs you have, if I want these to be evenly spaced, I'll just count how many spaces I have here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 gaps in this 11-inch length. So what I'll do then is I'll take this dimension, and I'm just going to go, you go click, click, and then just without touching anything, you just slide out to the left and it'll show you that dimension, and then click one more time and it gives you that. So I said I had 7, right, into this 11. So this is what's one of the coolest things about Fusion that I love, is I can go 11 divided by 7. Now I'm going to Control C, copy that because I want to reuse that, and now I'm going to push enter. Okay, and it just made this dimension from this corner to my tab 1.571. Now I can just grab this tab, one click, pull it out without any clicking, you're not touching your mouse, and then click again, and then Control V, 11 divided by 7, enter. Okay? Here to here, I want the same thing. I'm not holding anything down or clicking now. That took me a long time to figure out. Control V, enter. Click once, let go, slide to the left, click again. Okay, so it says I'm over-constraining the sketch, so I'm going to cancel that, and the reason it's doing that is because it thinks that I've measured all of these, but I haven't measured this one. But that doesn't really matter. We're going to go to here. Oh, actually it didn't let me do that, but I can double-click, Control V, use that, and I think it was because these are too long, and it wasn't going to fit. Oh, I see. It's because there's already dimensions here that it thought were real. So we have to change the ones that exist, not add one that isn't there. There we go. Control V, enter. So what you can't do is you can't dimension the last one. It won't let you, because then it's dictating things that are, constraining to the whole thing. So there we go. We got 3 evenly spaced tabs, 4 evenly spaced spaces. So we like that. If this were going to be a full box, we'd want to do the other side now, but I'm just going to do this for now. So now I'm going to extrude. So we're going to push E again, extrude, and it's asking us over here to select. Fusion makes it real easy. It just knows I'm not holding shift or control, I'm just clicking. And then it's already asking me to say how deep. I like to just make sure that I'm going the right direction. You can see it's going to default to pull these the wrong direction. So I'm going to put my cursor in here and I'm going to go negative thickness. Enter. There they are. They're the right size that way. Okay? I'm going to enter again. And there we have it. Alright, gang. We're getting close. This is a great time to remember to hit save. I learned that the hard way. My computer struggles with this program. Alrighty. So now, another lesson I learned. If you cut them like that, they won't fit. Tabs have to be a little smaller, right? And I'm still learning what a little smaller is. But it seems like 0.125 is an eighth. So 0.06 is a 16th. So I was going a 16th. But I'm going to go a little bigger. I think I'm going to go an 8th. It doesn't really matter because we're not going to cut this. I'm just going to show you how I do it. So, we're still working on side 1 here. What we want to do is we want to make these a little smaller. So we're going to modify, press, pull. Okay? You can see the command is Q. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to use Q. I like to zoom in and select this little face first, because then it knows what kind of press pull I want to do. Otherwise, you're going to get an edge and it's going to think you want to do a fillet. See the arrow right there? Great. So now I want this one as well, and I want this one too. But they're going the wrong way. See, I'm highlighted in blue down here, but they're going the wrong way. Now I want my total gaps to be, let's say I want it to be an 8.12. So I'm going to go half of that right here. But I got to go negative. So I'm going to go negative 0.06. They moved ever so slightly. And I'm going to say, okay. So I know I just did these ones. Now, I'm going to just go over to the opposite. And we're going to do the same thing. Highlight that face so it knows we're working on face. I'm going to go Q. I'm going to select the others. And I'm going to go negative 0.06. Okay, you guys understand what I did? What I did was I just removed the distance from here to here by 0.12 by pushing each side in 0.06. Alright, we're getting there. One last thing to do, and that's the dog bones. Now, Fusion has a dog bone add-in. Someone made it. You can go here to add-ins. You can go to scripts and add-ins. And you can go find that online and download it, and you put it in your add-ins folder, and here it is, dog bone. If I click this and push run, it'll put a little icon up here, and I can try and make it work to automatically create dog bones. I haven't really had much luck with it. I had it work once or twice, but it took as much time and it didn't offer very much control. So I've taken to just doing them by hand, and it's actually really easy. And they're not, I started doing those joints that aren't dog bones anyways, because I think they offer better glue surface. So here's what we're going to do. We're still working on here. We're going to come over here to sketch, and we're going to go circle. Now if we wanted to do a dog bone, a real dog bone, we could go center diameter circle. But I've been going 2-point circle. And all we do is we put 1 point in the corner. Oh, we need to select a face or plane, so we're going to select our working face. Drag it to where I can see it. I'm going to put a point in the corner, and then you just kind of go the direction you want to go, but no clicks, no holding, no nothing, just kind of heading that way. And we're highlighted in your space. And I'm going to say we're going to do 1/4 inch dog bones, because my bit is 1/4 inch, but it's got to be a little bigger or it won't go in there. So I'm going to go 0.26. Enter. Alright? Enter. Now I still have my circle tool, so I can just do that again. Should still have my circle tool. I guess I don't. Sketch, circle, 2-point circle. 1 click there, no clicks there. 0.26. Enter. Enter. Okay, so if you want to repeat the same function, you can right click and go up to repeat 2-point circle. So click once, no hold, the direction you want to go, the size you want, enter, enter, right click, repeat 2-point circle, place your first point, the direction you want to go, the size, enter, enter, right click, repeat 2-point circle, the first point, the direction you want to go, 0.26, enter, enter, and one more. And you guys are saying there's got to be an easier way. And there totally does. But I don't know what it is. So here's what I'm doing right now. Okay, there's all our little circles. Now I'm going to extrude them one more time. So I'm going to push E. Before I do anything, I'm going to come over here and see where it says new body. We don't want a new body. We want to use those guys to cut that body. Now Fusion's pretty smart, and I learned that if I click these, it's not going to click the whole circle. So you got to make sure you're on the hemisphere that is on the body that you want to cut. And again, I'm not controlling or selecting, it just knows I want all of those. It says right here, 6 selected. If you zoom in and kind of get away, it shows you that they're colored. That way, if we go on edge here, we'll see which way they're going. Here's our depth gauge here. So we want to go negative thickness. Enter. And there you can see they're modeling our cut for us. I'm going to zoom out and make sure I selected all of them. All the right ones. I think I did. And that looks good to me, so I'm going to go OK. And there we have it. Except I think I made a mistake, you guys. Because I'm going to put this in the other one, and that's probably going to make funny cuts into our other sheet. Maybe not. We'll find out. Okay, so that's the end of that sheet. So we got that. Let's unisolate this. Right click, unisolate, and now it's there hanging out with our other guy. Oops. And you can see he's kind of being pierced by that. So now what we want to do is we're going to do a cut operation using this guy as our tool to cut this guy. So this is the side, this is the back. We'll get to where we can see both. And we are going to modify, combine. Operation is join, but it's not. We want to cut. Target body, that's this one. That was already highlighted. It asked me target body. Here it says tool bodies, select tool body, that's this one. We want to keep the tools. We don't want to create a new component. I think we're ready to go. Clicked OK. Highlight the back, isolate it, and there we have it. So I activated the back here with the dot here. I isolated the back by right-clicking there and isolating, and there it is. Now we can inspect, measure, and we can make sure that these are the right size. 1.451. Yeah, you know, I should have cut these panels before I pushed those other ones out and before I did the dog bones, although the dog bones don't matter. But see, these are too small now, aren't they, right? Because if we go over to the side, and we can isolate him for a moment, inspect, and get that down to that measure. You know, it doesn't, it's not cooperating. Oh, sorry team. Like I said, I'm the beginner. Okay. So that's 1.6, and this will be 1.45. 1. Yeah. So, we want to make the back so I got a double. Isolate these guys, go back to the back, and then isolate him. So that's okay. We can do that. Alrighty. So, lesson learned. Make your tabs full size. Cut your panels. And then the very last thing to do before we go to CAM is to push our gaps bigger and make our dog bones probably. Okay, but in the meantime, here's what we're going to do. We're going to select that face, right? We're going to go Q, push, pull. And this time I'm going to double it. I might be doing that wrong. You guys are going to correct me, but I'm going to go 0.12. Last time I went 0.06, right? And I only did the one there. And I'm getting flustered. Okay, Q, Q, negative 0.12. And that should do it. And then we're going to look at it there. And we're going to do the same thing. Q. And we'll get all three of them. Negative 0.12. I think we got it. And just for fun, we'll measure things. And we should have 1.4. That's the tab that's going to go in. 1.69. So, you know, the measurements might be a little wonky in terms of how things are going to fit together, but that's that. So then we just need to go back and do our 2-point circles, right? So, 2-point circle, we're going to select this face. Likes to flip things around on you sometimes. You don't need to zoom in real close to see this. Remember, we're just going to go the way we want. 0.26, enter, enter. Right click, repeat 2-point circle. Put our point down, 0.26, enter, enter. Same thing here. 0.26, enter, enter. .26, enter, enter. 0.26, enter, enter. Not sure if you guys can hear me after all this. .26, enter, enter. Okay, we got those little circles. Now we're going to extrude them. E, cut, select these guys. We got them. We're going to go negative thickness, enter. Take a look at those. They look right. Okay. Alrighty, great time to save, huh? Now, we can right click over here, we can unisolate the back, the side, it is unisolated. Now we're going to come up here, activate the whole project, and that'll allow you to see everything. And there we go, guys. I think we did it. So, the last thing I'll do is get ready for CAM by taking this component, any components, and just laying them all flat out on the proper axis. There's a few ways to do this. I watched some complicated videos that were hard. I intend to just go right click, move. Now one thing about this that I don't understand is I don't really understand how you put the pivot point that it's going to rotate around. So I don't want to do that. What I do want to do is move. And see these circles out here? This is going to let you just spin it. Oh, look at that, I got the face. You want to make sure you select the whole component, so sometimes it's better just to right click over here. Move. Now I got the whole thing. We want this one. We want to go 90. Right? And then we can just, without getting out of there, we can look at it from here. Line it up how we want. And of course it wants to be all wonky. So sometimes they'll let you snap the stuff. Not today. A lot of this I don't understand, gang. Like why that wants to be so hard. Alright, whatever, that's good enough. And then now we're just going to align them how we want them. Kind of in our final cut. That's not going to work, but Maslow could probably handle that with an 1/8 inch bit or whatever it is you might be using. So there we go, there's our two pieces. They are, I think, aligned on the z-axis correctly, close enough that our Maslow isn't going to care, right? You could spend hours agonizing over whether that was perfect. So okay on my move, I like it, everything's good. We're going back up here, going to select the whole project. I'm going to save it one more time, and hey guys, I think we did it. It took a while, but that's how it goes. So I made some mistakes, but maybe that'll help you learn. I took a long time and I rambled a lot. So from here, we're in the model space here. From here we just go over to CAM. Okay? And now we're ready to start with the video I showed you yesterday, a new setup. I'm not going to go through all this. There they are selected. Okay. 2D contour. And you're going to have to set everything up, but you'll pick your contours, and boom, we're off and running. Alrighty gang, I hope that helps. Sorry it's so long. Thanks a lot for watching.